Hi, I'm Dr. Anthony Hollingsworth, and this course trailer is about Latin. At RWU, students have a rare opportunity to learn ancient Latin. Few universities in the country offer this language. Additionally, students can use Latin to complete part of their graduation requirements at RWU. So when considering your course of university studies, you should consider several reasons which make Latin very attractive. First of all, Latin has influenced nearly every part of our modern world. For over 1,000 years, colleges and universities have recognized its influence. That's why, Latin has been the language that university students like you, have been learning, well, ever since there have been universities. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that in the 1700s, the only requirements to get into Harvard University, Yale University, and Brown were to know ancient Latin and ancient Greek? Here's another one. Did you know that the first high school in America, not too far from here, is Boston Latin School? Now, those are fun facts, but another more and practical reason for making Latin part of your studies rests in its value as the foundation of all the Romance languages. Languages like Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Italian, all of them come from Latin. And at the root of most English words, guess what you'll find? A Latin word. Why, even German, one of the hardest languages to learn, is much easier to master after Latin. You see, the German language itself was heavily influenced by the ancient Romans, and much of its grammar is exactly the same as Latin grammar. And of course, if you're majoring in the sciences, or if you want to go to law school, Latin is at the root of most of those new, long words and many of those legal terms you'll be memorizing over the next 4 years. From the early Middle Ages up until the 21st century, when someone wanted something remembered forever, they wrote it in Latin. And unlike English or French or Spanish, Latin words really don't change their meanings over time. That's why stone monuments are often inscribed in Latin. Latin is truly a universal language. Compare, for example, Shakespeare's English or Chaucer's English with what we speak today, and you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now, in this course, Latin 101, we'll begin learning the grammar, the vocabulary, and the syntax of the language as it was studied and it was used by many of the greatest people in Western history, from Caesar and Jesus to Machiavelli, Descartes, Thomas Jefferson. Even the late Supreme Court Antonin Scalia used Latin. Beyond grammar, Latin 101 will also make you a better and a more logical thinker. Because this language is read and not spoken, it's not a conversational class, the course focuses on learning how language works. By necessity, therefore, you'll learn all about English grammar, and you'll learn how to pick apart arguments by looking at the words and the arguments. Latin has an incredible way of making people very, very granular in their examination. From day one, students learn the language by reading authentic ancient writings. These writings come from the ancient politicians, ancient poets, and ancient philosophers. Cicero, Seneca, Virgil. These sorts will be your teachers, and with your professor, you'll explore the rich history, beliefs, and culture of really the greatest civilization of the Western world. There's a saying, all roads lead to Rome. And in Latin 101, you'll take your first steps down that journey.